Well, there's a new push to control Wisconsin's Sandhill crane population. A new committee, including lawmakers, farmers, and conservationists, will hold its first meeting next week. Tens of thousands of Sandhill cranes breed in Wisconsin or migrate through the state. You'll learn more about that on the Road next Friday. They cause crop damage by feeding on corn seeds after spring planting. The group wants to come up with ways to prevent that and to get federal approval to establish a hunting season.